Imagine a king so rich his casual spending could disrupt an entire country's economy. That was Mansa Musa, the Golden King of Mali. When we talk about wealth, we often think of modern billionaires, yet none of them come close to the staggering fortune of this 14th century African monarch. His riches were so vast, they are nearly impossible to fathom. Unbelievably, it is estimated that Mansa Musa's wealth would equate to a whopping $400 billion in today's currency. Yes, you heard that right, 400 billion. His wealth was so immense that during his famed pilgrimage to Mecca, his generous handouts destabilized the economies of the regions he passed through. But Mansa Musa wasn't just about wealth. His life was a tapestry of power, influence, and monumental achievements. This was a man who shaped the world as we know it, and his story is as golden as his reign. Born in 1280, Mansa Musa was a diligent student of the Quran who grew up in a Mali brimming with gold. His early years were steeped in the richness of culture and the gleaming bounty of the land. The young prince was nurtured in an environment that offered an abundance of knowledge, wealth, and power, all of which laid the foundation for his future reign. Musa's ascension to the throne in 1312 wasn't just a Game of Thrones or a mere passing of the baton. It was the dawn of an era that would redefine Mali and its place in the world. The kingdom was already a beacon of prosperity thanks to its vast reserves of gold. Mali was sitting on a veritable gold mine, literally. The precious metal wasn't just a symbol of affluence, it was a catalyst for change, a means to power, influence, and above all, respect. As Musa took the reins of power, the wealth of Mali wasn't simply about the vast gold mines. It was about the vision of a leader who could harness this wealth, channel it into avenues of growth, and elevate his kingdom to unparalleled heights. It was about a visionary who wasn't just content with being rich. He wanted to be influential, to make a difference. His reign began, and so did a period of prosperity and influence that would engrave his name in the annals of history. Mansa Musa, now at the helm, didn't just sit on his wealth, he put it to work. With a keen eye for opportunity and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, Mansa Musa set his sights on transforming Mali into a hub of culture, commerce, and education. Under his leadership, Mali's economy flourished. Trade routes expanded across the Sahara, bringing in a wealth of goods and ideas from distant lands. Gold, salt, and ivory were exchanged for silk, spices, and precious stones, fostering a vibrant market that attracted traders from across the known world. But Mansa Musa's ambitions extended beyond mere trade. He sought to create a center of learning that would rival the great institutions of the East. He invited scholars, architects, and artists from around the world to his court, pouring resources into the establishment of libraries and universities. The city of Timbuktu, under his patronage, transformed into a beacon of knowledge, its libraries brimming with books on every conceivable subject, its universities bustling with eager minds. Yet one of the most remarkable events of his reign was his famous pilgrimage to Mecca. In a caravan stretching as far as the eye could see, Mansa Musa embarked on his holy journey, carrying with him a fortune in gold. He was not miserly with his wealth. He distributed gold freely to the poor and to the cities he passed, a generosity so vast that it devalued the metal in Egypt for a decade. His journey was not just a personal religious obligation, but a grand display of Mali's wealth and power, which left an impression on the world that would echo through the ages. Mansa Musa, the Golden King, was more than just a ruler sitting atop a mountain of gold. He was a visionary, a patron of education, a generous benefactor, and a shrewd leader who understood the value of trade and cultural exchange. His reign was not merely a period of wealth accumulation, but one of expansive growth and progress. Mansa Musa expanded his kingdom, fostered economic and cultural growth, and left an indelible mark on the world. Mansa Musa's death in 1337 marked the end of an era, but his legacy was far from over. In the wake of his passing, the Mali Empire began a slow decline, a shadow of its golden age under Mansa Musa's reign. Yet, even as the empire's political and economic power diminished, the seeds of cultural and intellectual prosperity planted by the Golden King continued to thrive. The universities he built, such as the prestigious Sankore University in Timbuktu, became beacons of knowledge and learning. They attracted scholars from all over Africa and beyond, turning Timbuktu into a melting pot of ideas and culture. These institutions, nourished by Mansa Musa's vision and wealth, continued to enlighten generations long after his death. Beyond the walls of his universities, Mansa Musa's influence permeated the annals of African history. His reign became a symbol of African opulence and power. a narrative that challenged and continues to challenge prevailing stereotypes about the continent. His story, passed down through generations, serves as a testament to Africa's rich and diverse history. Today, centuries later, his wealth is still spoken about, still inspiring awe. It's a tale that transcends time, a tale of a king who transformed sand into gold. Mansa Musa, the Golden King of Mali, lived a life of unimaginable wealth and power, but more than that, he used his resources to leave a lasting legacy. In the end, Mansa Musa's story is not just about gold and riches. It's a narrative that extends far beyond the bounds of mortal wealth. Yes, he was the richest man who ever lived, his fortune surpassing the combined wealth of many modern billionaires. But his reign was not solely defined by gold. Mansa Musa was a ruler who elevated the Mali Empire to unprecedented heights. Under his rule, the empire flourished, becoming a beacon of culture, knowledge, and prosperity. His pilgrimage to Mecca, which left a trail of gold in its wake, brought Mali to the attention of the world. But perhaps his most enduring achievement was his investment in knowledge and culture. He built schools, libraries, and the legendary University of Sankore in Timbuktu, fostering an environment of learning that still resonates today. Mansa Musa was a king who understood the value of knowledge, culture, and giving. And that is the richest legacy anyone could leave behind.